So this is going to be episode 1 of my No Money Spent series for MLB The Show 24. Right now what you're seeing is going to be some moments. I have the spring breakout program moments, and as we hop into this video, I just want to go over a couple things. So number 1 is my account is no money spent this year. Really any video that you see from me for MLB The Show 24, unless for whatever reason I started new accounts, maybe like pack squads or something like that. But any video you see from me on the channel, as we got our first couple diamonds from the spring breakout program, starter program right there. Any video from me on the channel this year is going to be no money spent. If you see pack openings, that's technically no money spent. If you see BR videos, no money spent. Event videos, ranked seasons, no money spent. I do want to do some Road to the Show franchise. I'm probably going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. But I'm no money spent this year. I'm typically almost no money spent every year a lot of the times, and right now what we're seeing is the extreme moments versus Paul Skeens. And let me tell you, this one was kind of tough for me. I ended up getting it done a little bit quicker than I thought, and we had a few attempts where it's like, okay, I just hit a home run. I hit a home run. Dylan Cruz hit one there. You need 3 extra base hits versus Paul Skeens before making 3 outs. First 2 batters I got him, and then boom, 1, 2, 3, and we had to try it again. Jackson Holliday gets outs. I'm restarting. That was kind of how it went. If I didn't get an extra base hit with Jackson Holliday, then I ended up restarting. He hits it pretty high, hits it pretty deep, and it's going to be an extra base hit for him. Actually, he ended up getting a triple for us right here. And then Dylan Cruz next up into the gap, that corner of the Pittsburgh ballpark. So first 2 hitters, I got extra base hits. And then Colson Montgomery, we pop out. Ethan Salas. This could be it. It's down the line, 45 speed. He's going to second, trying to get the extreme moment done. And it's out number 2. We're still 1 extra base hit away. Can't make 1 more out. Paul Skeens gives us a fastball down the middle, and James Wood just smacks it. And that's something I noticed. If you're attempting this Paul Skeens moment, he was throwing me a lot of meatballs, a lot of fastballs just down the middle or high in the zone. And we got Tamar Johnson there, some packs, XP stubs. I had the spring breakout moments done. I had the starter program moments done. 4 points into the starter program. There's also a showdown for that. 21 so far in the spring breakout. There's a showdown for that. So once I got those moments done, I went back into the moments, and I did every single moment for Team Affinity. And I got a little bit distracted because I want to explain what's going on in this video. This, at least episode 1, and I'm thinking how I'm going to do the no money spent videos. I would love any and all feedback, by the way, in the comment section. If you can't tell, this first episode, it's a bit all over the place. I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do it. I still don't know exactly how I'm going to do my no money spent episodes, as we're seeing right now just my successful attempts for all the Team Affinity moments playing in the background. That's what you're looking at right now. But what I kind of want to do for no money spent this year, since really every video for me is no money spent, and I don't really just want to label every video no money spent, I kind of want these specific episodes, like what you're seeing right now, then episode 2, 3, and so on. I kind of want these specific episodes for my no money spent series to be catching y'all up on what I'm doing, going over what I'm working on to try to gain progress, to try to improve my team, to try to earn cards, to just progress through Diamond Dynasty. That's kind of what I want these no money spent episodes to be, are hopefully recaps showing y'all what I'm doing. As somebody who's not spending money to buy stubs, how am I earning players? What am I doing in Diamond Dynasty to make sure I'm getting cards, getting stubs, beating these programs? What order am I doing everything in? So for me, that's really what I want the no money spent episodes to be, because like I said, every video you see from me on the channel is technically no money spent. So if I'm doing specific episodes, I'm kind of leaning towards, which is what you're seeing right now, doing recaps. And you saw at the start of this video right now, the way I started Diamond Dynasty this year was working on moments. I knocked out the starter program moments, I knocked out the spring breakout program moments, and then right here working on the Team Affinity moments. And there's a lot of Team Affinity stuff in this video. I kind of found it interesting that there's no pitcher moments for Team Affinity. I didn't really pay attention, but I think that kind of makes the divisions a little bit mismatched. If you start with the moments, you're going to be at all different percentages for the different divisions. And as I was going through Team Affinity, I'm not done with it. I do have a few divisions done, but as I'm going through Team Affinity with the different missions they have, single player, multiplayer, the boss missions, some of them are easier to do than the other divisions, and I don't know if they planned it out this way. They wanted some to be easier and quicker than others. But there's two divisions, the National League East and the AL West, where they have a repeatable mission. All you have to do, throw 3 innings with a team affinity boss. So for the East, I was using Billy Wagner, and then the AL West, they have Raisel Iglesias and Jose Leclerc. Jose Leclerc's pinpoint, for some reason, just felt glitched to me, so I was using Raisel Iglesias, had no problem with him. But Conquest games are 3 innings. We're going to get to Conquest in just a little bit here in this video. But the Conquest games are 3 innings. And if I'm playing on rookie difficulty, which is what I like to try to do, I can just throw Billy Wagner, Jose Leclerc, Raisel Iglesias. I can throw that pitcher for all 3 innings, even if they're out of energy. I was still allowing 0 runs, and that means every single Conquest game, I was getting 10,000 points, 5% of the team affinity program, just by throwing 3 innings. And that's not including the 500 repeatable parallel XP for the team affinity bosses. There's also, I think, a strikeouts mission that's repeatable in single player modes. So the AL West and the NL East, I would highly recommend. That's kind of another thing I want to do, is maybe if there's any tips I found out along the way, share those with y'all. But I found that for the NL East and the AL West, just use those pitchers in Conquest, the bosses, Iglesias, Leclerc for the West, Billy Wagner for the East. And if you're using those guys, you're going to get those programs done in no time. The repeatable 3 innings in single player modes, the repeatable 500 parallel XP. And right here you can see I have all the Team Affinity Season 1 Chapter 1 moments done, Spring Breakout moments done, Starter Program moments done. So we're going back into Diamond Dynasty. And you're going to notice my stub count has slowly been going up over the last few days. Here's my Team Affinity progress after getting all the moments done. As you can see, the divisions are a little bit mismatched right there. But my stubs are going up, and I think I have a little bit of this in this video. I've really been trying to work the market and flipping cards, right? Buying low, selling high. And once I finished the moments, that's what I started on. I decided to go to Showdown. And this is the starter showdown right here. The final boss was Sandy Alcantara. I worked my way through. We ended up walking it off on maybe my 3rd batter of the showdown. We got that starter program done. We can see the bat skin from the starter program. And I believe right after this, and this is something, again, kind of all over the place for episode 1 of No Money Spent. That's why in the comment section, I really want to see what y'all think. Any feedback, tips, advice, or specific things you might want to see for future episodes. But I wasn't done with the starter program. With the Spring Breakout, I was at about 21 points. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do the Spring Breakout Showdown. I drafted Jackson Holiday because, and you can see orders going through in the top right, buying cards, then I'm going to sell them later. I don't know if y'all heard that. I think I'm going to try to increase the volume, or maybe you guys could hear it. The PA announcer just sounded a little bit excited for Ellie Swing right there. But if you looked closely, I had 2 outs to go. For whatever reason, Jacob Misiorowski, I don't know about y'all, but for me, he was the hardest boss of the Spring Breakout program for that showdown. He was the hardest pitcher for me to face. The next one was Rhett Lauder before the final boss, Paul Skeens. And right here, no cuts in the footage. Jackson Holiday just hit a home run. The very next pitch, what are we seeing? We're seeing Spencer Jones hit a home run. And I think I kept this going. I don't think, like I said, I don't think there was a single cut. So this is in real time. That brings up James Wood, still facing Rhett Lauder. And boom, it's another one. So he was just throwing me meatballs. I guess we were hitting him well. Showdowns, I think, maybe are on veteran difficulty. And this was going a lot better than the Jacob Misiorowski one. Jackson Holiday, after a few outs were made, we got somebody to 3rd. He ended up walking it off. But I got this second boss done way easier than the first one. Last up was the final boss, Paul Skeens. And Nathan Lukes, I think a bronze, ended up hitting a 2-run walk-off homer. And for whatever reason, I had a much easier time facing Rhett Lauder, facing Paul Skeens, than I did Jacob Misiorowski. After we finished that Spring Breakout Showdown, another diamond. So these starter program, the Spring Breakout program, this was a nice way to start getting some diamonds on my team. I finished the moments. I finished the showdowns. Next up for me, my next step, again, that's kind of what I'm trying to do today, is walk you through what I'm doing so far as a no money spent player. And I changed my team color to green because I was going to play Conquest. I like having the area that I control on Conquest maps as easy to see as possible, so I'd like to change my team's color to green. I did the Batter 1 starter Conquest map. I don't know exactly what to call it. I think it's just Batter Up 1. I did Batter Up 2. Got the spots. We had to face the Padres. I just made it so I played on rookie difficulty. And Harry Ford, first inning. We hit a 2-run home run. This is kind of my advice, or what I personally do for Conquest games, is I try to take an early lead of either 2 or 3 runs. And then the rest of my hitters, as long as I have a 2 or 3 run lead, I end up bunting. We get Rafael Palmeiro, another diamond from that starter program. So again, that's why I'm doing these programs, is because I'm getting diamond players for my team. As a no money spent player, especially this early on in the year with the power creep, having diamonds instead of gold, silvers, bronzes is huge. I thought I beat the Batter Up 2 map, and then I realized I checked the goals and I have all but one of them complete. I didn't look at it before I started. I forgot I had to steal fans, or I didn't even know I had to steal fans for one of the missions, so I went ahead and just did that. We ended up finishing the Batter Up 2 Conquest map, and there's 3 of the Batter Up maps in total. And right away, I made sure to check the missions first, and I saw, okay, there is actually a specific mission. There's 2 of them. The first one, you have to conquer the Yankees stronghold, their icon on the map. You got to do that on the first turn. So right away, I just went straight to the Yankees, and I made sure to beat the Yankees on that first turn. And then the second goal for this Conquest map, right there, we just beat the Yankees. We got that mission done. But the second goal that I had to make sure I did was beating the Marlins stronghold on or before the third turn. So make sure you're paying attention. Not most of the Conquest maps, but some of them. These Batter Up maps, the second map and the third map, had these specific missions. I don't think the Team USA map or the Team Affinity maps, I don't think they had any specific missions, turn-based, steal fans, anything like that. But I made sure that I was able to beat the Marlins. Here's turn 2. We had to do it by turn 3. I'm still able to play on rookie difficulty. We're getting some parallel XP progress. We can see Jacob Misiorowski. Those Marlins uniforms are from the starter program. They're kind of towards the end on it. So I just went ahead and filled in the rest of the spaces. I remember when they first added Conquest, I thought you had to take all the spaces before you beat the strongholds. I thought if you beat all the strongholds, it would restart the map, but it doesn't restart it until you actually take over every space. Spring Breakdown, I'm at 46 out of the 100 points. I was kind of checking the missions. Okay, there's repeatable parallel XP. There's player parallel XP. So I made sure on my Diamond Dynasty team that I was putting these Spring Breakout players on my team. The starter program, we only had 6 points left to go. I noticed I have a lot of these missions done, but there's collections. And I definitely have non-sellable bat skins. We only need to collect one of them. So I collected a non-sellable bat skin for, I think, maybe 4 points in the program, maybe even 5. And then there's another collection, the unlockables. I definitely have 3 or more non-sellable unlockables. So I can't sell them anyways. I might as well collect them here. And by doing the moments, the showdown, some Conquest maps in those collections, I had the starter program done. We're almost about halfway through the Spring Breakout program. There's the repeatable parallel XP with those. And then there's some general missions that we're kind of making some progress towards after the first few Conquest maps. And my next step to try to finish the Spring Breakout program, I'm using those players in my lineup while grinding out these Team Affinity maps. Y'all could see me checking the missions, making sure there's no turn-based missions, making sure there's no steal fans missions. And I went ahead and just, instead of taking them stronghold by stronghold, I don't know if I would recommend this, but I like to take over the whole map and then attack each stronghold at the end. And I like to try to make sure, if I can, either veteran or hopefully rookie difficulty for all the strongholds. You can see right here, I threw in some of my flipping cards. This is basically what I'm doing. I know it's super sped up, but I'm buying a whole bunch of players. Hopefully the buy orders go through after a game or two of Conquest, and then I'll go ahead and create sell orders. And I'm hopefully making, 100, 200, 300 subs profit per every card that I'm able to buy. I know it's going super fast here, but I'm just kind of having it at this speed to show y'all just how much I was doing. Like, that's how I'm building my stubs, is a lot of flipping. It's not necessarily hard, but it's kind of time consuming to put in all those buy orders, put in all those sell orders. As I'm going through these Team Affinity Conquest maps, I'm continuing to get the players. I like to focus on pitchers first. Like I said, the NL East and the AL West had the super easy pitcher missions, and then I like getting the parallel XP with the bosses, that repeatable 500 one I think it is for Team Affinity. And I beat the first two maps. I took over all the spaces and then did the strongholds last. But as we can see on this Conquest map, the West one, you can't really do that. They have the strongholds blocking off every place you would go. So this map I kind of had to do it as I went. Our first game was on All-Star. I made sure to play that one on Veteran. And I think from that point on, I just would skip until I had enough to play on Rookie difficulty. Right there, I thought I selected Veteran. Maybe I was doing Veteran. I try not to play on higher than Veteran. There's times, and you'll see in my USA Conquest video, that there's times where I had to play on Veteran, but I try to play on Rookie if I can. I want the games to be as easy as possible. And this was exactly when I got Billy Wagner. I saw there was the repeatable 500 parallel XP with bosses. There's repeatable every 30 strikeouts in single player modes. And then this is the big one. Every 3 innings pitched with a Team Affinity boss, and you got 10,000 points. So I'm loading up my reinforcements, still doing this Team Affinity West Conquest map, and trying to play the games if I can on Rookie difficulty, just so I can hopefully easily have Billy Wagner pitching all 3 innings, try to take a 2 or 3 run lead. I don't think he allowed a single run. Even after I got my leads, I was still earning packs, making progress in the program. Stub Millionaire pack from Team Affinity, the Team Affinity bosses from Team Affinity, and then I was just going through it until I beat that Team Affinity West map. And I think right here is where I got all 3 of the maps done. I did the East, I did the Central, and then I had the West. So right now, I had all the Conquest maps done except for that Team USA, that Nation of Baseball. 33, 34 Conquest games, I think, so far. 30 more to go from the Team USA map. You can see I have a lot of progress. Almost done with the NL East. The easiest one after that would probably be the AL West with those pitcher-specific missions. We can see this is the one I have so much progress in. That 3-inning pitched mission is just a blessing. You also, as you get other bosses, have repeatable total bases. That's probably what I'm going to work on for the other programs that don't necessarily have the easy pitcher one. I think the only Team Affinity division that doesn't have a pitcher is maybe the American League East. So for the other ones, they have 9 innings that are repeatable, but the AL East I don't think has a single pitcher boss. And that's where my progress is going to be at to finish this episode 1 of my No Money Spent series. Again, this video is going to be a little bit all over the place. It's probably going to be a little bit rough to start my No Money Spent series for episode 1. I really, in the comment section, want to see if you guys have any feedback, constructive criticism. Don't just say like, oh, this sucks, twin, do better. Like, specific things. If there's something you think I can change or improve, try to be as specific as possible. Or maybe if there's stuff you liked that you want to keep seeing in future episodes, that's always great in the comments as well. And I just want to say that the reason I had my gameplay recorded, no commentary, the reason I was doing it like this is when I'm grinding Conquest maps and moments, I like to be listening to music, watching Netflix, YouTube, Twitch, whatever it may be on my other monitor, and I'm not really commentating, I'm just kind of playing. But I still wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. Like I said at the beginning, like I said throughout this video, that's kind of my goal with this No Money Spent series, since technically every video from me is going to be no money spent. When I have the episodes, this is episode 1, we'll have episode 2, 3, and so on. For these episodes, I really want it to be, okay, here's what I've been doing in Diamond Dynasty. Here's how I've been making progress. Here's what I'm working on, kind of the order that I'm going through things in. I know not everyone's going to be going at the same speed. Not everyone's going to want to do things in the same order, the same way that I'm doing them. But I'm kind of hoping that this series can help y'all. And, you know, if it helps at least one person out there, then I'm happy. I'm hoping this video can just help people kind of start working your way towards things. Have an idea of a good order to complete things in, to earn progress, ways to earn diamonds, things like that for Diamond Dynasty. So again, hopefully this video is okay. Hopefully it's not way too all over the place, way too rough or anything like that. And I hope you all enjoyed it. That's going to be episode 1 of my No Money Spent series. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for daily uploads on the channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to reading your comments on this video. I hope you all have a great day.